It is the Athearn Extra, and I'm with Braden at Midwest Model. We are live here. We got a lot of great folks here in the store. Want to thank you all for joining us. We see a few guys here on the live stream. Now, if you don't know, Midwest Model, they are in Independence, Missouri, and they're one of the premier train dealers and an Athearn dealer. And how long have you guys been in business now?
We've been since 2011, so coming on 15 years now.
15 years. We're going to talk a little bit tonight about pre-orders, and Braden's going to walk you through how easy it is to pre-order Athearn product through Midwest Model. While we get ready, I'm going to see who's joining us and give you some shout outs. Let's see, I see Casey G. Rail Gilbert is here. Tim O'Goul has joined us. Canadian Locomotive Logistics is here. My friend from Vermont, Jason, is here. So we got a few guys joining us live. We want to check out a little bit later. If you have any questions, we'd be more than happy to answer them for you. Let's get a few more questions out of the way. So tell us, Braden, about Midwest Model Railroad.
Well, we're right in the middle of the country, 16,000 square feet. So either any end of the country you're at, shipping's usually only 2 or 3 days.
Wow.
UPS ground is our preferred method. So our goal is to carry everything HO and N scale you can think of. We've got scenery, tools, of course, Athearn products, locomotives, rolling stock, any scenery kit you can think of, model kit.
Okay.
So,
well, I do know that talking to your employer at a previous show, I said that your shop looks a lot like Costco. It's the Costco of model trains. You can come in and you can shop. You've got, beside us here, we've got all kinds of Genesis locomotives stacked up. You pretty much buy whatever you need for your layout, whether it be HO or N scale. And you can also order online 24/7. So it's kind of the best of both worlds.
yeah, our goal is to be a one-stop shop. The owner of the company, he was trying to build something personally, and he was like, why do I have to go to 15 different websites to build one scene? So he founded Midwest, and here we are. We carry about 200 brands.
Wow.
A lot of small brands, a lot of big brands. So
that's awesome. So Braden, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been with Midwest?
yeah, I hired on right out of high school, and about halfway through college, Stephen Atwell, my boss, he's like, you want to run my company? I was like, okay, sure. So right after college, this would have been 1 year ago, I hired on as a full-time general manager.
Wow.
So
that's awesome. And now, as far as your model railroad experience, what do you model? How many years you've been into it?
I don't really model anything specific. I have some Unitrack in my apartment, but I've kind of been into real trains mostly. I was mostly the guy out photographing real trains, and then I kind of got into this hobby later,
okay,
which is interesting. Most people, it's kind of the other way around, I think. So I've had model trains from pretty much my whole life, but I haven't really gotten into it until I started working here.
Wow.
So
that's cool. And I mean, what better place to get into it than here? I mean, you've got everything in HO scale and N scale at your disposal.
oh yeah.
You get to hear about stuff before pretty much anybody, unless they're in the inside of the manufacturing world.
Yeah, and some of our employees, they don't even take home a paycheck because they spend it all before they even earn it. So yeah,
I can understand
yeah,
that. That's now, while I'm talking and interviewing Braden, I'm also watching here to my bottom right. There are some guys checking in on the live feed. We won't take questions right away, but towards the end of the show, we'll definitely take some questions. If you're not familiar with Midwest Model, if you're not familiar with the pre-order process, stick around and we'll answer those questions for you. Till then, we're going to talk a little bit about pre-orders. Now, one of the questions that I get a lot on our live streams is, how do I pre-order? What do I do? I don't have a local hobby shop. So let's say there's somebody in the middle of nowhere that doesn't have a brick and mortar hobby shop, but they've got internet connection.
Yep.
How do they go ahead and do a pre-order with Midwest?
Yeah, so as soon as the manufacturer announces a product, Midwest Model Railroad puts it on our website, and you pay 5% down And that 5% down is kind of what proves to us that you are actually interested in purchasing the product. And therefore, when you place that 5% deposit, we reserve that item through the manufacturer. So we're the middleman between the manufacturer and you, and we ensure that we have that product reserved from the manufacturer when you place that 5% deposit. And then the other benefit to that is when it comes in, you're not paying full price. You only have to pay 95%. When it comes in, we send you an invoice, and you pay that invoice. Whoever pays first, the product ships immediately. So
I'm going to switch cameras here a little bit and just kind of give the viewers at home an idea of what it looks like here. So
yeah,
let me go ahead. We're going to get a look at the shelves here. And this is just Athearn Genesis you've got here. Just behind you.
yeah. And this side of the store, this is just the HO scale side. There's 4 racks, 4 long by 8 wide racks, and every single rack is completely full of product. And then we got the HO scale layout on this side as well.
Yeah, that's neat.
So our store is 16,000 square feet, which I think is a record. Not completely sure on that. And about 12,000 of that is retail space. So
as our studio audience, say hello to everybody out there in internet land. We got a pretty good crowd here tonight.
Yeah.
So I want to thank everybody here for joining us for that.
Yeah, and thanks for coming, Jim.
Well, it's always a pleasure to see one of the big shops that is an Athearn dealer. You've been an Athearn dealer since day one, right?
No, actually, since the store was in the basement from 2011 to I think 2018.
Wow. Okay.
After 2018, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Athearn doesn't allow dealers that aren't.
That's true.
You have to have an actual store.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Tell us, on that point, tell us about the store that you're in here. When did you guys move in?
Yeah. So like I said, the company was in the basement from 2011 to 2018, and then we moved down to this same complex. There's like a 3,000 square foot building. We were in from 2018 to 2020, and then we moved into this building 2020, and then just 1 year later we doubled in size. So we went from 3,000 square feet to 8,000 square feet to 16,000 square feet in like 2 years.
Wow.
So
that's I mean, you guys grew up quick, very quick. Now, as far as Athearn, you guys get our monthly or our bi-monthly now announcements. Tell us, when you get that email from me, what's the next thing that you guys do here at Midwest Model?
Yep. So Athearn typically announces new product to their dealers like a week before it hits the public. So as soon as we get that announcement, I'm going into our inventory software, getting all the product in, getting the photos in, and then the day it's announced, we get it live. We start taking pre-orders, and then we got all our pre-orders in. We place a bigger order. So we get pre-orders from the customer, and then we will order more than what our customers ordered from Athearn to ensure that we can 100% fulfill your pre-order, plus have some extras that we can accept late pre-orders on, and then extras that'll hit the shelf as well.
Sure.
So
you've heard me say on Train Tuesday before that if you didn't pre-order this item, usually on Train Tuesday, you're going to see those items a couple of weeks before they're actually in stock. If you didn't pre-order, you'll hear me say, you need to contact an Athearn dealer now. In Midwest Model, what they just said is they pre-order above customer pre-order. So that means when Bob walks in, Bob pre-orders a new SD70, he's set. He's all set. But if John down the road says, man, I really like Bob's SD70, he can still come to Midwest Model and hopefully pick that up. But you guys sell out pretty quick, don't you?
Keyword is hopefully, because past the pre-order due date, it's not a guarantee. We do our best to make sure that there is extra, but can't say for sure. So, yes. And a good example of that is, are you showing the? Oh, you're showing the other camera.
We'll show them some of the stuff that's brand new here. Let's set that camera up there.
The RJ Corman here, I'm pretty sure is sold out. That's why we recommend you pre-order. But we do have some extra ones of these Athearn SC70Ms. These will be in stock here in what, 2 weeks?
About 2 weeks,
2
yeah.
weeks, okay.
So yeah, those haven't even shipped yet. They're going to be here in end of June, beginning of July.
Okay.
And so what Braden is saying is they did order more than their customer pre-orders, but these have been so popular that already
Yeah.
they're sold out.
Yep.
So that's a good reminder. Now, if you said it, I missed it, but you do want a percentage down for pre-orders. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's 5%.
So not much.
Because a lot of shops don't take a percentage at all. And when shops don't take a pre-order percentage, they kind of expect to have some cancellations. But because when you're not paying at all, it's easy to just kind of click on, say, I might want that, but not actually want it.
Sure.
With us, the 5% is kind of proving to us that they're committed to that. They're going to get it.
Yeah.
So we'll make sure that we can fulfill that order for you.
So rule number 1 is if you see a live stream from Athearn talking about pre-orders, you see our new announcement videos when they land the day pre-orders are open. If there's something that you really like, you should really pre-order it. Braden's going to have the information before you even know about it, and he's already plumbed it into your computer system and your website. It's all ready to go. So the last thing that you need to do is they can pre-order through regular telephone, or they can do it through the website too, right?
Yep. And when there's new announcements, we put it in our newsletter. Our newsletter is always a combination of items that are newly in stock plus newly announced. So you can pre-order from our newsletter, or you can buy new in stock from our newsletter. So.
And we're getting some comments here. There's some folks that are saying, hey, that's great because I missed out on another one. We know in the model railroad world, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of manufacturers, including Athearn, that are coming out with new products all the time. So we get it. It's hard to keep up. Now, if you want to keep your finger on the pulse of everything Athearn, you can sign up for the Athearn newsletter. We call it the Dispatcher. You can do that by going to athearn.com, scrolling to the bottom of the page. You'll see a box there for the Athearn newsletter. Just put in your email newsletter. Just put in your email address, and you'll get it every Friday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's a great way too to stay on top of everything that's going on here. You guys have a newsletter as well,
Yep, we
right?
do as well. And even me, as the guy who runs this company, it's still overwhelming for me. Like I had 3 or 4 manufacturers announce product yesterday. So, but you get on our newsletter, you'll see about all of it. So, yeah.
So that's as easy as just going to your website.
Yep, go to our website, scroll down to the bottom. There's a newsletter sign up page. I can actually pull it up here. So we'll, I don't know how well this is going to show up. MidwestModelRR.com. You scroll down to the bottom here. Don't miss out. Put your email right in there, and you'll hear about new Athearn announcements, new Athearn arrivals, plus any other manufacturer. So.
And we're getting a few questions and comments. Canadian Locomotive Logistics says, Jim, what brings you to the Midwest? Well, this is the Costco of model railroading. So, and this is probably not a good thing. My wife doesn't get mad if I go to the train store and buy stuff. She's curious. She wants to know what I bought. So she's going to want to know what I bought today at Midwest Hobby. No, I came here because you guys invited Athearn. You invite a lot of manufacturers in here. And again, if you've never been to this part of the country, it's a good rail fan location.
Oh, yeah.
But you'll spend more than just an hour in the store. It's that big. It really is like the Costco of model railroading.
Yeah, we have 80,000 products in stock right now, 90% of which are HO and N scale. So.
And you primarily concentrate just on HO and N scale.
Yeah, that's correct. We have a little bit of O gauge, but we're HO and N scale.
So, and I mean, that's everything from the latest Genesis locomotive to, I saw signage for your layout, vehicles for your layout, all that kind of stuff. If there's something you've been looking for your layout, chances are Midwest Model has it. So somebody sees something new from the Athearn newsletter, or maybe they see it new from your newsletter.
Yeah.
They can just go to the website and pre-order it, put down their percentage, 5% you said.
Yep.
And when it comes in, now the magic day happens, the shipment from Horizon shows up.
Yep.
What's the next step?
Yeah, so we are one of our goals is also to be one of the fastest to process inbound shipments. So it's, from what I've seen, we're usually one of the first ones to get our new Athearn shipment live on the website. And as soon as our shipment is live on the website, your pre-order email has gone out for you to pay that 95% remaining deposit or remainder balance. And we always ship within 1 business day. So if you get your order placed before usually about 2 p.m., it's going to go out the same day. And like I said, we're 2 to 3 days within the entirety of the country, UPS ground.
And I can verify that because when I'm in Illinois, which is about 6 hours or so from here, if I order before noon, I usually have it the next day, which is fast. So, you know, it's really simple. You guys have made it really easy to order. You've made it really easy to pre-order. Let's talk a little bit about what we've got open for pre-orders now.
Yeah.
Is there any one model that we've announced that really excites you as Braden?
I like the AC4400, especially the Union Pacific Stealth one. So, yeah.
Now, if you don't know what he's talking about, go to athearn.com, select the new announcements tab. Yeah, we picked out a rather unusual AC4400.
And the CCSX one, too.
Yeah. A lot of people are asking about that. So that is one that's probably going to be hot. Now, what he's talking about is years ago, after the Union Pacific bought out the SP, they had a AC4400, and it had some fire damage. And so what they do, they sent it to GE. GE said, this isn't our problem. This is a you problem. Went back and forth, and it went in what a lot of the rail fans called the stealth paint scheme. It had the red and the yellow stripes, but it was all gray. And so a lot of folks probably thought at first it was a Legendary Liveries, but it's not. It was based on an actual locomotive. In fact, Peter, who's here in-house, he showed me pictures of it earlier. He's got actual prototype images of it.
What's the road number again?
Peter, you got it on your phone, do you? We'll share that picture in a moment.
Do you know the road number off the top of your head?
Not off the top of my head, no.
6344?
6344.
So yeah, if you go on MidwestModelRR.com, type in UP6344, it's going to come right up for you.
Yeah, so yes, Virginia, there really was a stealth UP.
And the CCSX ones.
Yeah, same with that. We got some. So Peter's going to share a picture here with us.
To do with it and just go. It'll show you when it's in Seco, Coast Engine and Equipment Company.
Yeah, here, we'll show this one to the camera, and then if you want to find it.
There you go.
Here's what it was. Here, can you come find it for me? Or do you want me to just keep scrolling? Oh yeah, and there's what it became.
Yeah.
This is what Athearn's offering right now.
Yeah.
So
that's going to sell out quick.
Yeah. I can verify we've already taken a lot of pre-orders.
We've taken a lot of pre-orders for it.
Which is a good thing in terms of more money, but also it means that if you really want it, you need to act now, because even though we are going to order a lot more than the pre-orders we've taken to allow for late pre-orders and to allow some to hit the shelves, sometimes we still don't even order enough because it's even more popular than we had assumed.
And you had said, we were talking about the RJ Corman SD70s earlier.
Yeah.
You guys are pretty much...
There might be a couple that hit the website, but
maybe a couple.
They're mostly already reserved.
Yeah. So that's one of the things. Once they're built, think of these as these aren't just mass-produced models. They're custom built to how many numbers we get. So Midwest may order a bunch, and you may order a bunch. But if your friend doesn't order one, there's a possibility, a really good possibility, they might not get it. We saw that with the SD70 ACUs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Was that, you had a lot of pre-orders for those?
We had a lot of pre-orders, and we actually did have a lot of extras. So we were able to sell some on the website, but we got lucky there.
Yeah.
So,
it's not always like that.
Yeah. And yeah, it's like Jim's saying, this isn't like any toy business that produces 100,000 toys in a batch.
Right.
They might have only produced 3,000 RJ Cormans, or so
that's very limited.
Yeah,
like, again, it's a custom run. Now if you're an older guy like me, you probably remember the old days of brass locomotives. It's the same thing. These are basically the 21st century equivalent to a brass locomotive. They're only built to as many as we have pre-orders for. So you never want to, you really want to just make it super simple on yourself, pre-order, lock those in. So yeah, the AC4400s are pretty cool. Any other freight cars in there that kind of got you interested in?
Not really my era.
Not really your era?
Yeah, kind of some older, like the air slides, a lot older.
The air slides are cool.
Yeah.
what's cool about those is they're 1950s era cars, but if you look in the new announcements, we've got some that go up into, I think, into the 90s.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Huh.
so it just shows the longevity of some of these freight cars. And so if you're a modeler that's more into the 70s through the 90s, we've got some good offerings there for you. So really, I mean, from soup to nuts, I mean, it's really simple. Someone can go to your newsletter, see the latest Genesis locomotive, latest Athearn car, say, hey, I want to pre-order that.
Yep.
And you guys do really all the heavy lifting.
Yeah, so our pre-order system is actually all done by humans, so we don't have any automation on the pre-orders. Every time you place a pre-order, we're ensuring that the quantity is reserved through the manufacturer, which is different than all of our in-stock product is kind of done by a computer. But since it's a pre-order that you're paying 5% deposit on that we don't have yet, we're making extra sure that you get your product, and then when it comes in stock, we have it for you. So
that's really good. I mean, there's something to be said about that. And a lot of us, I'm sure, we've been disappointed by something. Midwest Model, they always stand behind your service.
Yep.
You're quick. You guys always take good care of the customer. And Athearn's really happy to have you as one of our premier dealers. They are a premier Athearn dealer, and it's amazing how much stuff they've got in here. You got more Athearn stuff than I do. Maybe I should have pre-ordered. So something else that, and Peter, thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
thanks, Peter, for showing us those pictures.
Peter came down from you're from Washington, is it?
Washington is where I live and he retired. My brother, he lives up in Knoxville.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us. That's quite a trip. We've got a lot of folks joining us here tonight. The other thing I wanted to talk about briefly is, and this is something that I used to see with a lot of the older hobby shops, but I don't see it as much anymore. You guys do a great job of being evangelists, if you will, of the model railroad hobby. So in-house, you've got HO layouts and you've got N-scale layouts. Tell us a little bit about the background on that.
Yeah, so when customers come in here, they can, instead of seeing product on the shelf in boxes, they can actually see it in action. And we have some kits, some building kits that are built over there, and we kind of have it on the fascia what kit that is in case you wanted to buy it and build it yourself. So, and part of this layout actually was from Ron right there, Ron's club. Is it Kansas City Eastern? The Kansas City Eastern Club, they disbanded, but some of their layout made it here into the store. So.
And you guys do operations and everything.
Yep, and we have operations once a month. You can bring in your trains and fun run.
That's amazing.
So,
and you've got, I saw as you walk into the store, you've got a pretty good sized T-track layout.
Yeah, we support them. They buy from us. We support them. So it's a win-win. Yeah,
it's perfect.
Yeah.
And you've also, I've noticed in your newsletters and stuff, you also have clinics where folks can come in and learn about a new aspect of model railroading. I mean, you guys have done all kinds of stuff, scenery, electronics.
Yeah, yeah, we instead of just selling the product, we like to actually teach you how to use it and show it to you in action.
So. I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of people that could start a model railroad hobby shop, but it's comforting as a model railroader to know that you're talking to somebody on the other end of the phone that's a modeler themselves.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And that just makes it so much easier because they're going to know pretty much, unless it's something really obscure, you're going to know about it.
Yeah, if we can't give you our best answer, sometimes we'll say, we'll get back with you. I'm going to contact the manufacturer first. But our goal is to make it as easy as possible and answer any questions you have and get your layout built. So
that's right. Now the cool thing is you can order online. I know I do it a lot. You can also visit in person, and they've made it super simple. It's kind of like a regular department store. You've got everything set up by scale. You've got everything set up by buildings, structures, things of that nature. Here's a funny question for you. What is probably the most interesting reaction you've got for somebody that walked in for the first time?
Well, I've definitely seen people like gasp in awe. So like people that order from us online that have never been here before. I've definitely seen some funny, like, wow. So
it is pretty overwhelming when you first see it.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I mean, I had small hobby shops growing up in New Hampshire, they were nowhere near as big as this. The other thing that's really good is you don't just sell models, but you service after the sale. You've helped customers in the past
Sure, yeah.
with questions and things of that nature. And let's face it, our models nowadays are very advanced with the DCC. And so it's kind of nice, especially if you don't have a model railroad club to rely on. Maybe you're kind of a lone wolf modeler and you get into a situation, Braden, or you've got a team of how many guys?
We have, I believe, 14 employees now.
14 employees. So
yeah.
and they're all model railroaders.
Yep.
So you've got that as a backup. They've been known to service folks after the sale. And that's kind of nice, especially in this day and age where it seems like you buy something and that's the end of it. That's the end of the relationship.
Nope, not with us.
Not with Midwest
Nope.
Model. That's great. Braden, what is your favorite aspect of the job?
I mean, honestly, my favorite aspect of the job really is pre-orders and quantities, like quantities of how much stuff we're selling, placing orders, and not just Athearn in general, but like our brands like Scenery, Woodland Scenics, and stuff like that. Yeah. It's just fun seeing what brands are expanding over time and bringing in new brands. We've already brought in a couple new brands this month,
wow.
So
yeah,
we're looking at a couple more Scenery brands we're about to bring in. So
wow, constantly growing.
Yep.
And you know what? You might not know this, but you've also you've kind of gone outside of model railroading too. You've brought in some other interesting hobbies as well.
Yeah, we've got these wooden puzzles sitting right behind us by Robotime. So those are neat.
I think I saw slot cars.
Yeah, slot cars. Some rockets. We've actually had some people buy trains and these slot cars and these Robotime kits at the same time, which is really interesting to me. So, yeah.
That is kind
and
of
our online orders, it kind of amazes me. I mean, very often we're having people buying 30 or 40 things at the same time.
wow.
So just like you would at Costco.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you never know what you're going to see when you come in here.
Yep.
And you guys do tend to order pretty deep into each product line. So that's always nice.
Yeah, like our goal is, I'm pretty sure we carry, well, obviously we carry everything Athearn makes. Scenery brands like Woodland Scenics, we carry everything. Trying to think of another brand. Pretty much any Scenery brand like that, any kits, we're bringing in all of them because we're just trying to be that Costco. So
yeah. No, you definitely are. I mean, it's a great service. Again, you know, a lot of live feeds. I get folks that ask me like, my local hobby shop closed. Now, let's face it, we live in a digital world. There's a few of us that are still analog. Can a customer just call you and place an order?
Of course, yep. Call us. We'll get you taken care of. Even if you don't have an email address, we'll get you taken care of.
That's great. So that includes pre-orders.
Yep.
They're a full service shop, and you know, it's so cool to see what you guys have done. And you're really relatively a young company. As fast as you've grown.
Yeah, I think we grew so fast because people realized how good our customer service is and how fast our shipping is. And then we just kept gaining customers and we kept gaining product line because the original goal of the company, like I said, was one-stop shop for everything. And our good customer service on top of that, that's what's made us so popular.
Yeah,
so
that's great. So if you've not heard of Midwest Model, I don't know how, but if you haven't, check out their website. It's real simple. Your website is?
MidwestModelRR.com.
It's real easy. It rolls right off the tongue. Put that into your browser. Start shopping. Good news is with that is if you can't sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning, you can shop on their website. And
I've been in bed looking at our website before, seeing what's selling. So
that's great. Well, Braden, we're going to open it up a little bit for folks that may have questions here, as well as online. Our folks out there in online world, want to thank you for joining us. If you have a question about pre-orders, Midwest Model, or just Athearn in general, go ahead and put that in the chat. We can't promise that we'll answer all of them, but we'll try to answer a few. Meanwhile, is there anybody in the studio audience? I've always wanted to say that. Anybody in the studio audience that has a question?
You didn't bring a sample of the armor reaper.
I did not. No, that's a good question. The gentleman from the audience was asking about our new armor reefers, the steel reefers that we introduced a couple of months ago. We are hoping hopefully going to have another prototype at the NMRA show. So are you going to go to Chattanooga this year, sir? You're not. I'm sorry to hear that. We're trying to get another prototype for that show.
I'll be there.
But I guarantee you, when they do start running them, Midwest will have some in
Oh
stock.
yeah. Yeah,
There you go.
it's like Bill pre-ordered from us, so thank you.
There you go.
But we still have some more you can pre-order from us, so
There you
because
are.
we ordered extra, like I said. So
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes, sir.
It was a pleasure talking to you earlier, and you had mentioned something about possibly a very popular run in the works of the Tier 4 SC70s. Is there anything you can talk about that?
Not a lot we can talk about it other than the fact that it is on our radar. Let's face it, it's a very important locomotive in the prototype world. There's a lot of railroads that use them, and it's contemporary. So we are laying the groundwork to get that done. I don't have a date for you, but it is something that, again, as I was telling you earlier, pretty much all of us on the Athearn team are model railroaders, pretty cognizant of what's popular. So yeah, that's something that's in our radar. Yeah, thanks for your question. Let's see, anybody out here in the digital world asking any questions? I've got kind of a topic of product here. We're going to start with just questions on Midwest for right now. So a couple of folks asking if I'll be going to Chattanooga. Yes. Now, Braden, will you be going to Chattanooga?
I will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looking forward to it. It's going to be a good time. Now, will Midwest be there, or are you just going as an individual?
Well, no, I'm going there on behalf of Midwest, but I'm not bringing anything.
Okay.
So just to say hi to people like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll show you all the new stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's awesome. Let's see. One question here from Terry wants to know, Jim, any updates on the Norfolk Southern 1065 S&A Heritage locomotive? I don't have any updates for you right now. I did get some updates on some of the items from the production queue, but unfortunately not that one. So we might have to sit tight on that. Your best thing is, if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, that would be your best bet for news on stuff like that. I'm going to go up and see if anybody else has asked any questions. Let's see. Oh, here's a good question from Canadian Locomotive Logistics. Any problems shipping to other countries?
Nope. We ship worldwide. We have real shipping rates at checkout. We offer we offer UPS worldwide and USPS Priority Mail International. So.
All right. Let's see. Here's a good question from Mr. Terry Poole again. He's asking about Amtrak. That's a good question. Jim, also, I have a question. Since Athearn has Amtrak license, which we do, why not consider making the modern Amtrak auto train auto rack? That would be a great subject. Right now, Athearn is pretty busy with some other projects, so we're not taking on any immediate new projects. The good news is we did hire a new product developer, so that's helping our product development staff really well. You're going to start seeing more shipments throughout the summer, so it's going to get busy for you and me, especially as those items that were announced a couple of years ago start coming into stock. Let's see. Here is someone in the audience probably knows who this is. Orlando NTRAC Model Railroad Club says, hey, Athearn, do you have any plans on Genesis N-Scale products in the future? Yeah, we do. We've spent quite a bit of time updating some of our models to Athearn Genesis N-Scale quality. So N-Scale ACF 4600s, for example, now have a lot more detail than they used to. They're literally like a Genesis car and HO just shrunk down to N-Scale. We've got some new stuff out as well. The 13K acid tank cars are brand new from the ground up. They've had 2 shipments already sent. Now, keep in mind, these are N-Scale, but they do include cut levers and air hoses. That's pretty much unheard of in N-Scale. We're going to be working on some more stuff. Don't forget, we've got CA11s in N-Scale that we're hoping to deliver at probably around winter, maybe early spring next year. We've updated some tooling. So yeah, you're going to see more N-Scale from us. We really need your support, N-Scale guys. There's 2 things that N-Scale guys can do to really make sure that Athearn produces more N-Scale. Braden, I was telling you earlier, I'm an N scale guy. We've got a couple of guys on the team that are N scale guys, but we can only produce what sells. So if you want to help out Athearn, come out with some cool new N scale stuff and add to my collection, what you need to do is pay attention to our newsletter, pre-order. Pre-order, I cannot say enough because a lot of N scale guys, honestly, how many N scale guys do I have in the audience tonight? Okay, out of all you guys with your hands up, how many of you pre-order? So there's a fair amount. That's actually higher than I was expecting. But a lot of N scale guys, they don't always pre-order. HO scale guys do because they know what it's like. But N scale pre-order. That way we don't cancel those items that we announce. We'll actually produce them, and you'll definitely keep Braden busy.
Oh yeah.
So we appreciate that. Good question. Thank you for asking that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Gary was telling me back to the fun running on the HO scale or HO and N scale layout, excuse me, earlier. Anybody can right? Anybody? Yeah. Anybody can come in our store and run our layout. So at
Any age. Yeah, that's important. I mean, how many times the kids here don't touch this? And it's, you know, I get it. We've got a lot of money invested in our stuff, but think about it. If you hand a young person a throttle, what are they really going to do? You know, that's let them try it. And that's what's great about Midwest. They can come in. Not only can the younger modelers or aspiring modelers see these, they can run them. And that's the fun part. You know, these aren't just static models. They're actually, you know, fully functional models. And so that's good to hear. You can let just anybody come in, experience it. And, you know, you've probably created new hobbyists by doing it.
Oh yeah. They always start young. So I started young.
In fact, you had a post a couple of days ago. Somebody had saved up for their first train set.
Oh yeah, yeah. On our Facebook, some kid, I think he was 9 years old, bought a big boy set.
So there you go.
So, yeah.
So that's great. Well, let's see. I don't see any other questions in the chat. I'll stick around for a little bit more. But first of all, I want to thank you, Braden, for having Athearn here.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. And we really appreciate everything you've done for Athearn. You're a great ambassador for the brand. Again, MidwestModelRR.com. All one word, all lowercase.
Yep.
And sign up for their newsletter. I'm seeing some good comments here on the chat that folks are signed up for your newsletter as well.
Cool.
So that's good. And we'll take one more question. This is something that we see on every live feed. You guys do live feeds too, don't you?
Sometimes, yeah.
You always get product requests. Hey, Jim, how about some CE&I bay window cabooses? They were a thing from Chicagoland to Houston on the Mopac circa 1975, 1985. So I would be bad if I didn't do this. AthearnProductSuggestions.com, right there on the screen. Athearn-product suggestions at Athearn.com. Now, some people say they're a little jaded. They say, "Oh, they don't listen." But I had somebody tonight. I don't remember who it was. It was you, Peter. It's like, yeah, you actually made what I wanted. Keep in mind, model railroading. You know, it's not as big of an activity as say bowling or fishing or things like that. We don't know everything as far as what people want unless we hear from you. So a couple of years ago, we opened that email up, and that's how we did the RJ Cormans, actually. We posted that on social media. You guys all responded very positively, and we went ahead and made it. So if you have something that you'd like to see us produce in the future, it's not a guarantee, it's a product suggestion, but you can still contact us through that email, and who knows, we might run your favorite locomotive, your favorite road name, what have you.
Yeah, we get that as a dealer too, and we send them your way. So.
All right. Yeah. Well, with that, does anyone else in the studio have any questions? I think it's time to run trains. So we're going to let you guys loose, and we're going to have some fun here at Midwest Model. Braden, thanks again for joining us. And again, check them out online. And if you're looking for somebody to pre-order Athearn products through, check out Midwest Model. Until next time, everyone, you know what I say, right?
I don't know what you say.
You know what I say?
No.
Okay. Hi, Greens, everyone.
Oh, okay.
Take care. Bye now.